In the bottom left, in the red, the underdog of this Codes, he is
MVP Nobles.
in the upper right, one of the fan favorites, so solid, he is
Liquid Teja.
All right. Cannot wait to see who is going to go up into the next round. And look at that, once again, just taking his hands off. You know, just kind of trying to relax them, wiggle his wrists and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, this is, of course, I was joking before, it is part of the game where you can do something like that because you're just queuing up SCVs, building racks and stuff like that. It doesn't actually take that much concentration or anything like that.
You ever notice, like, people that will talk to you in a ladder game
Yes.
are always cheesing you?
Yes.
They're like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, good. I'm like, GLH up. Most of them don't even answer. People talk to me beyond GG.
Yeah, I think I told this story once, but back in StarCraft 1, old retired Liquid Hey Pro was a really great Zerg player, and Idra was a really great Terran player. And Hey Pro asked Idra a question and timed running a 9-pool speedling up his ramp
It's so funny.
as he knew Idra would be typing, because you're in the middle of typing and then you try to micro, you just suddenly go to the keyboard and micro when you see them coming. And he killed him because you have to actually hit enter so you can actually use your keyboard.
Or escape, yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. So it was beautifully done, and Hydra was really angry.
I would be too.
Solid win by Hey Pro there.
No, it's
Total
considering
it was a brilliant
it
thing
was
to
mad
do.
skills.
It was a brilliant thing to do, Tasteless. You cannot you cannot deny it. All right, so Tage is actually our player doing the gas opening, and he's just going for a very quick tech lab here. So it might just be as simple as some not Marauders, but rather Reapers. Looks like Tage is liking that. Noble S going a quick command center into double gas, so he's going to be teching up rather quickly. And yeah, it's just going to be a Reaper. Now, I wonder what he's actually going to get done with this Reaper.
You know, I feel like Reaper's not the best opener on this map.
Yeah, these maps aren't really all that great for the Reaper, so I don't really know, because as long as you have 2 Marines per Reaper, you're basically fine.
And I mean, you look at the amount of gas that you have to spend to get that Reaper out, which you're not also getting.
Their build time is just so slow.
Yeah.
You know, in Heart of the Swarm now, the Reaper builds out of the barracks without a tech lab?
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
It's pretty wild, man.
Does less damage to Marines now, but it's pretty cool. I can't wait. As soon as we get back, I'm starting playing Heart of the
Oh,
Swarm.
absolutely, same.
You want a 1v1?
Yeah, I will, actually.
Okay.
We'll piano it out on the internet.
All right, well, a couple more racks is coming up for Tasia. Looks like he's choosing the bio opening routes. Pretty safe overall. He's getting the really quick stim, which is a nice thing that goes with the Reaper expand. You do always get that very, very fast stim, which is going to help you to hold any attacks that are incoming and possibly do damage, but not as likely because you don't want to stim into bunkers without medevacs and combat.
Okay, he's going to hop right inside of there.
Nice. That's a really good scout.
See, that's where I have mixed feelings with Reaper opener. I'm like, was it really worth it to kill that Marine?
I guess he saw what he wanted to see.
I'm surprised. Again, like
I thought he would do a tour of the base,
a one loop or something.
I'm so for sacrificing units for more information, but he gets to keep the Reaper, which is, I mean, we saw that he used that Reaper late game last time, and it just damaged that Alien pretty well, didn't it? Reaper's so surprisingly good against Aliens.
Remember when we first learned that?
Yeah, that was pretty
We're like,
crazy.
a Reaper beats a Hellion? Like, really?
Yeah.
Well, more Marines are coming down here now.
And now that Hellion dies because of what the Reaper did. And suddenly the Reaper scouted some stuff, killed a Marine, and helped kill that Hellion.
Yeah, deny that Hellion the ability to scout.
Well, isn't this ironic? The Reaper is the one who died. Alright. Well, going right up into medevacs is Tasia. Kind of like a... It's funny because this is such an old opening by Tasia. It's still very solid.
This is old as
But it's very
the
old
beta.
school.
Yeah.
Whereas we see from Noble S, he's doing kind of a more new-fashioned build. You know, he's getting
Yeah, sure.
a medevac L. Looks like he wants to do some pressure with Aliens, Marines, medevac.
And And we got the engineering bay almost done. And yeah, looks like Noblesse is going to go ahead and try to move out here, claim some of the map as his own.
Yeah. Well, you know, Taja's going to have combat shields pretty soon. He already has stim, and he's actually going to be the one with more medevacs. I like Taja's position here.
I got to agree with you right now.
Yeah. In fact, Taja has more Marines even at this point, which is going to make it even harder.
Well, Noblesse is really good, but Taja's like just this perfectly mechanical, refined. It's like kind of like when you watch Bomber play, but Taja's like a little bit more of an acute version of that, where it's like you watching Taja play, it looks like he's a supercomputer.
Yeah.
You know?
This is mechanical turret.
Well, that was a bad decision for him to come down there.
Well, a little drop coming down, but with stim, he's going to get up there oh so quickly. Noblesse not really doing what he wanted yet, but
yeah, Noblesse also not doing enough damage over here this expansion. Basically just losing everything.
Yeah, he didn't really do that much there. 3 workers, that's not really too worth it, but he's going into mech, so those Marines he made those don't really matter. Unless Taja hits him really soon, those didn't matter. So still, not the best, but it's not like a game changer. Like if he was going into Marine tank from here, I'd be like, oh, those Marines are way better with your army right now.
Hey, what would you be like? Oh.
Yeah.
So we got the medevacs, and this could be an interesting reception because that medevac is pretty low on HP. Oh, okay, never mind. Rip.
By the way, Taja
did he get it?
is
Yeah, he did.
going Raven, but the mech player is Noblesse. He may be thinking there's a Cloak Banshee on the way.
That sounded like some kind of profound lyric in a StarCraft hip-hop song.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if this works. I mean, really?
Yeah, combat
guess
shields
so,
plus
yeah.
stim. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
I would have thought this would have been ill-advised to come down there like that, but I guess not.
Hey, Tasteless, remember those 8 Marines? You know where those would have been really helpful?
Probably in that situation right there.
That's what I was saying. Taja actually identified that he was able to do damage because Noblesse was a little bit too wasteful with his units, and that was a gigantic amount of damage. He's killed 17 SCVs now.
Jeez.
Because he had to pull them to try to defend that. So suddenly Taja has a pretty significant lead. He's taking his 3rd base. He's playing against a mech player that doesn't really have that much.
Well, you know, it's funny, the worker count's more even than you guess it'd be. It's 47 to 52. You know what I mean? I thought it was actually going to be way more different.
Somebody's good at making SCVs.
I'm not going to say who, guys, but
it's Noblesse.
I'll give you a hint. Go back and remember who lost a bunch, and it's still pretty even.
Yeah, that actually, you're right.
Wow, that got owned
That's a
pretty
big
fast.
deal, too, that he's still in that good of shape.
All right, siege mode on the high ground.
Yeah, he's plenty safe. Even has the Vikings out to help ward away medevac drops on his mech army.
All right. Well, Taja's doing exactly what Taja does best, which is, you know, maneuver around the map and get small little victories here and there, and slowly ebb out a win.
But Noblesse is actually playing this to a T, to be honest.
Yeah, he really is.
I thought after he lost 17 SCVs, he'd be in a terrible spot, but I didn't even look at the SCV count because I assumed, which was, I guess, silly. But he's actually, he's getting a great sensor tower. He's getting his turret ring up. He's securing his 3rd base. This is great. This is fantastic for him. Taja right now has no siege tanks. He's just now starting them. So he can't even get a strong contain on. Noblesse is going to hit enough supply to move into the middle and not be contained.
Take that watchtower that's actually supposed to be Taja's and just lock him in.
This is kind of fantastic by Noblesse considering what's happened so far this game.
Nice job there, just continuously denying any control over that watchtower. No sensor towers up here yet for Taja.
Now, one thing that's awesome about Taja, remember we mentioned you got the Raven early on.
Yeah.
He's also got 5 Vikings against just 2. He's actually going to come up here and start pushing because he's getting Cloak Banshees as well. So this is so smart by Tasia because he's going to hit this little timing where he clears out the anti-air and then he can drop with his Medivacs on tanks, so the tanks have to unsiege. This is a really bad situation at this point for Noblesse. Tasia has actually done this fantastic tech route that you don't really see out of bio players against.
Yeah, especially if Noblesse does one of these 150 mech pushes we've seen from time to time.
Sure, yeah.
An attempt to set up a contain and Tasia just smashes it and thwarts all of his plans.
Noblesse needs to make a turret or two.
Yeah.
Like, he needs a turret or two out there, or Tasia could take severe advantage of it.
Well, now Taja's going to double expand. Now, what we oftentimes see when people like Taja are playing this infantry style is they then switch right into either mech or Sky Terran after that. Because this unit combination is not good in the late game. If you have a bunch of Marines and Marauders, Siege Tanks just do more damage.
Yeah.
Sky Terran can gain you more ground, assuming that they're
certainly
not going for Marine Marauder. But you normally could force him to go into the tank path and you switch from there.
Well, here we go, Tasteless. Can he take advantage of this situation? This could be brutal, Tasteless.
He's hitting that tank and hitting it hard. Not a lot of anti-air here.
Uh-oh.
Don't forget he's got a Raven. Point defense drone pretty good.
And this Banshee is doing huge amounts of damage.
Yeah.
This is tough, and look at this.
Unloading.
The Medivac drops. Tasia is taking advantage of this so well. And look at this, destroying the tanks. This
Destroying everything. All that hard work and put into those tanks is now for nothing.
Wow. Tasia doing a very fancy job there, but you know what? Noblesse is somewhat stabilizing here. Let's check the
5
SCV
tanks
count.
versus 5 tanks.
Yeah, that's great for Tasia, but Tasia's lost a lot of supply, and he's gonna get some missile turrets up here. But that was great, man. Tasia saw that, and he went and he took it. That was like watching someone trade a psychic energy card for a foil Blastoise.
There you go.
That was complete advantage taken.
There you go.
Poor Noblesse, man.
Well, it's funny because now it looks like Taja's probably going to outdo Noblesse in the tank count, which is bad because Taja already has the contain here on Noblesse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I love what we're seeing from Tasia here. Tasia's really showing a great way to play bio against mech. Because sometimes you see these players, for instance, Beyond. I feel like Beyond waits way too long for tech switches, saves Marine Marauder way too long. But look at Tasia. He switched into a mini Sky Terran to abuse a little timing, did it reasonably well, and then he set up a contain because he reduced the tank number so that his tanks would do very well against his opponent's tanks, and now he's adding 2 more factories. So he's going to be producing 4 tanks at a time. And that is awesome. If you have that many tanks and your opponent's making tank Hellion, the tanks win. Hellions aren't good versus tanks. Surprise!
Well, he's got a good contain over there at the top part, too, Taja does. A scan here to survey where the army's going. He'll probably be scanning that every, I would say, about 40 seconds or so. Because, he's got enough extra command centers up here, orbitals up here, that he can keep dropping mules and be fine and have enough to scan.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's not that Noblesse can't win from here. The thing is, this contain is getting so good that it's almost getting to that point where Noblesse can't win. You get a contain up this good, you can't really break out of this many tanks with tanks. And the thing is, the rest of his army is mostly Marauders. So, and in fact, Tasia's so smart, he's adding extra starports right now and another armory. So he knows that the next step is to get extra Vikings. Because what do you do here as Noblesse? If you can't break out, don't you just kind of think battle cruisers or something like that?
And that's what's so beautiful about it is Taja's already preempting it.
Yeah. He's preempting everything.
This is one of the better TVT tech builds I've ever seen.
Yes, this is one of the best executions of Marine Marauder I've ever seen.
Oh my god, so good. And here's the thing, is these units are actually expendable! Because Marine Marauder is so cheap. You just come in there, stim, lose half your stuff. You got that planetary, that's so good.
Yeah. I haven't seen someone play Bio like this against Mech since Clyde.
Yeah,
That's actually truth right there.
All right, here we go.
This is the important moment. Does he have enough to actually break through? A ton of Siege Tanks right now. And he is starting to push Tasia back. Tasia being very cost efficient. Look at the supplies. Tasia staying way up in them.
And it does look like Noble S is going to be in shambles here with the 2 Banshees cleaning up these Siege Tanks down here. Oh, but 1 Viking comes in here to assist.
His opponent does have more Vikings, though. Tasia pushing back the Viking of his opponent. Now stemming and running around here towards the 3rd base. Nothing over there really to defend except for 1 Siege Tank.
Oh, man, he's going to get so many SCVs with this attack over here. And, again, he's driven out. Hellions coming down here to get the bottom right expansion, so a lot of SCVs are going to be killed here. And I love this move here by Tasia. He's going to regroup up here, probably push into the 3rd base, siege up, make sure there's no way that expansion, as long as it's around, does not be hit by siege tanks. Either force him to lift off, let it die, or surrender.
Dude, the Tasia has basically got this. 128 supply against 200. Tasia has 2 more bases. I have not seen someone play a TVT with this level of complete understanding on how to do it in a very long time.
It's really quite beautiful.
This is so awesome. Look at that
Look at
line.
tank line. Oh my God, that's so
And that's
good.
so they all fire at the same time immediately. The Tasia is playing in God mode right now.
All right,
if
he's
he
moving
can
up
continue
now.
to play like this, Tasteless, he might pick up a GSL.
He certainly could. Oh my God, it's getting even worse now then. He's going to try to break out over here. Not only the tanks are in siege mode yet, but this is only a fraction of the army here of Tasia, and the rest of it's actually driven the command center to center left out of the picture.
Well, Tasia's still with all his Siege Tanks. Noble S is supply half of Tasia's at the moment. He is not going to be in this game much longer. We should be seeing
No,
a GG.
I think that's going to be a GG. Wow, Tasia so well deserved that win.
So good. So well played.
So well played.
Congrats to Tasia. He goes on to the round of 16, and deservedly so. That was a pure display of mastery of TVT.
Really impressive stuff.
Fantastic play by Tasia. Recommend that game to all your friends.
Yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't, or tell your friends to check that out if they haven't already, or even rewatch that. That was a really complex tech switch.
It was just fantastic. That's something I don't even say that you should try to copy at home. You better be a pro gamer.
Just
try
know
to copy
about
that.
it and then try to appreciate it.
Yeah. Wani in there.
That's 20.
No. Helping out Tasia.
20 Nim.
That's right.
It's one of my Nims. Now,
Twanius. Twanius Maximus.
Twanius Maximus.
Yep.
Odysseus, I don't know.
No, not Odysseus. Right.
Well, guys, here's the results for today. As you can see, Sulky and Tasia advance.
Not a gigantic surprise. I mean,
No.
I thought ST would get through, but he didn't
Well, I
play
think
his
the
best
shocker
today.
was actually how poorly he played. Not even the results, but that he was like, oh, God,
It
it
just-
just terrible.
It wasn't ST's day. This happens to people, man.
It does.
He threw some of those away. So, Noble S falling down to Kode as well. Now, tomorrow's matches, this will be brought to you by Wolf. Unfortunately, guys, we're sorry about that. Innovation, Stefano, Hack, and DRG. That is an insanely good group. I cannot wait to watch those VODs.
Yeah, that's going to be so epic. And I really hope that Stefano gets through. I really want that.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, though. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will, again, not be here tomorrow. It'll be hosted by Wolf alone. So be sweet to him. That's a lot of work.
By the way, the prelims are all done, so let's take a look at who got through. Oh my God, Root Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming right through, totally sick. Congrats
Sick.
to Root for picking
Yeah.
him up. He's been playing great. Look at this.
Roots are getting bigger and bigger now.
Yeah. We have Crazy from KT. We have Effort from CJ. Reality from Samsung.
Xenio.
Super happy to see Reality in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xenio. I'm so happy that Tara's in there, or Tier. I don't know what he pronounced as. Sue, he's been playing very well in Pro League. Maru, of course, the Marine Prince. Arthur doesn't have a team yet after the Slayers disbandment, but a very good Protoss indeed. We have Avenge in there. He's a very old Protoss from Xenex. Wow, cool to see him back.
It's really exciting to see the players
Yeah.
that we thought had fallen off. They're like, nope.
Yeah. And then, of course,
Year and a half
Xenio
later,
and
I'm back.
Sola. Yeah.
awesome.
Avenge had some great games way back in Xenex, and here he is again. I had no idea he was actually still active. That's
Pretty crazy, man.
Great to see that. But, yeah, we're going to have the group selection on Saturday, so you can definitely check that out for the round of 16.
Yeah.
We only have 2 more players to add to that. Could be 2 Zergs, could be 2 Terrans, could be a Terran and Zerg, but those are the only options.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We got to go ahead and peace out of here because we're going to go to a hotel. We've got a flight early tomorrow morning to Taiwan. We love you so much, and we'll catch you guys at the round of 16. Good night.